Here we are.
In your office.
Yes, in my office, in this yellow couch I did not pick out, but that's beside the point. The reason we're here is because the brand new TechMate Studio, multi-million-dollar, extravagant little thing, is being built. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it might take a little while. So we're sitting beneath this flag.
What is this?
I'm glad you asked. That is the Albanian flag. And Albania, as we all know, is opposite the stiletto heel of the boot of Italy. And the reason we're talking about the geography of southeastern Europe is because Jeff Bewkes, chairman of Time Warner, compared Netflix to Albania, saying that Netflix conquering the entertainment world, and I'm paraphrasing, is like the Albanian army conquering the world. And yet, Netflix had an amazing fourth quarter. And 2010, as far as I'm concerned, and I wrote a story about this, belonged to Netflix.
Maybe the Albanian army is stronger than we think.
Maybe so. Netflix, revenue was up 24%, profits were up 35%. This is in the fourth quarter. What's most impressive, though, is that they added 3.3 million subscribers in the fourth quarter, which puts them at around 20 million, a little bit more. And, if you compare them to Showtime, bigger. Mm-hmm. Compare them to Starz, bigger. Compare to them to HBO, well, smaller. And so HBO has 28 million, which is by far the biggest and granddad of them all. But Netflix, based on this growth, their stock hit an all-time high. It's over $200, and they're just going gangbusters. The question that everybody's asking is, can Netflix sustain that kind of growth?
Well, here's my problem with the company. I recently switched to their streaming-only option, and they said that this is one of the reasons that they had such a successful quarter and a successful year.
Right.
But, I can never find the movies that I want to watch. And it's a big problem.
There's plenty of Korean revenge movies on Netflix streaming. I don't know. Yeah, it's not a problem
I've
for me.
I've watched them all. No, what about new releases? I like the documentaries, I like the foreign movies, all of that, but I can never find the new movies that I want to watch. They're not on Netflix. They're definitely not on Netflix streaming.
Right. Well, so let's be clear. Netflix does want everybody to turn more and more to streaming because it costs them a nickel to stream a movie thereabouts versus whatever, $1 plus to send a DVD round trip. But as far as new releases go, that's really not the business they're in. I know Reed Hastings, at least for now, would argue that look, there's other services that you can get new releases from. You can get it Netflix DVD, but you can also get it video on demand from your cable provider. You can rent it from Apple. You can rent it from Amazon. So there's other ways to do it. And yes, they need to keep getting good content. But if they were going to try and get this new release content for streaming, it's so expensive that your $8 subscription per month would be $40 a month, and then nobody would subscribe. So they are in this position of needing to get good content and more of it, and yet they can't pay too much for it.
Right.
We'll see, and we'll be back from the, what are we going to call it? The TechMate Dome?
TechMate Dome.
TechMate Dome, and there'll be lasers and
we'll be floating.
fog machine, and it'll be great. That's TechMate.